Welcome to the Chaos Makes Sense podcast, brought to you by SmarterChaos, where online performance marketing is all they do. Now, here's your host.
It's a great day, I'm feeling good. Oh.
Hi, I'm your host, Kimberly Henrie, and I'm here with Matt Frary, Chief of Chaos from SmarterChaos, and guest Todd Crawford, co-founder and VP of Strategic Initiatives with Impact Radius. And today we'll be talking with Matt and Todd about the top tips to optimize your marketing via technology. Now, before Matt joins us, just a reminder that if you have questions or require assistance with your online performance marketing, you can reach Matt and the team at SmarterChaos.com and on Facebook at Facebook.com/SmarterChaos. Matt, it's great to be talking with you from your office today, as always.
I know. I almost forgot I had an office. Thanks so much.
Was everything still in its rightful place when you got back?
It is. I mean, this time when I came back to the office, I didn't find beer pong on the conference table, so everything's right with the world.
Very good. Very good. Todd, great to have you with us as well.
It's good to be here. Thanks for having me.
Yeah. So what is going on in the world of SmarterChaos right now, Matt?
Well, this week, it's a very important event on Friday. We're having the company Frisbee golf tournament. And so we're all gearing up for that. We're honing in our skills. And we also had to make sure that we could rent a goat caddy. And I'm not even joking. If you Google goat caddy at Jellystone, Colorado, we're going to be playing the course with goats.
Oh, my goodness. That's got to, how do you keep them from eating the Frisbees?
I don't know, but it was optional with reserving the time. I was hoping Todd could make it out here and we could, use the fanny pack that we gave him, but we're going to use goats instead.
Oh, how fun. How fun. What a fun place to work.
Thank you.
So, Matt, there's a lot to choose from out there as far as marketing choices, and then you bring it to online marketing and technology. And today we're going to drill it down to just a few top tips to optimize marketing with technology. How do we begin this conversation?
Well, this is a topic that people ask me all the time. They'll come to our agency and they'll say, what technology do you recommend? And it's really dependent on what you're trying to accomplish. But I think the key here is that there's so many different, and I'm using air quotes yet again, my favorite thing to do, technologies that people tout out there for tracking, for fraud mitigation, for, tag management, for, tracking down your funnel for ROI, for landing page optimization, for, just everything to do with marketing. Somebody has come out with a technology. Mm-hmm. And, I think the noise can be so loud for brands these days that you really have to know what you're looking for and how to optimize and get that technology to work for you. And hopefully, that's why we're talking to Todd today, is find a technology that encompasses all of that in one place so that we can go about doing our jobs of marketing, right? Because most of us are marketers. We're not necessarily technology gurus. And we're also, folks that are not propeller heads that design this stuff. So that's a tip to my fellow propeller heads. But the key here is that I think you should listen closely what Todd has to say here because he comes from one of the top technology companies in this space. And they happen to be, full disclosure, a partner of SmarterChaos. But that's because we've done a ton of due diligence on this topic. And so we chose Impact Radius as our technology partner. And Todd's been at several, technology companies. So he's really an authority on this topic.
If I could just chime in, the one thing I would say that makes a big difference in picking a technology vendor and something that you guys at SmarterChaos do really well is really have, people on staff that specialize in different aspects of the platform or the technology and become not only very familiar with it, but you become virtually autonomous, meaning it becomes your own tool. You guys are able to move and do things for your clients without having to call someone at Impact Radius and ask for help. You've really, really dug in to kind of make sure that you're able to leverage all the different functionality and features and not have to kind of wait around.
I mean, how many clients come onto a technology like Impact Radius or any other technology and they just expect the technology to do the work? I mean, I think to Todd's point, our philosophy has always been how do we get the technology to work for us? We have to dive into it. We have to use it. We have to find out its strengths and its weaknesses and get it, to do exactly what we're trying to do.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people, it's not just impact radius, but, you get some technology and you're fairly passive about using it. You kind of use the things that matter most to help you get your job done, and you may not become an expert on the platform. You're just, using it to do your job. And, that's fine too, but I think to really, A, get your money's worth, but B, especially from an agency's perspective where you're dealing with multiple clients, you become more or as skilled at using the technology as the people that are making the technology, right? Because if you're a single client and you're using impact radius, you may not do as many things with it, right? Whereas with an agency, because you have different clients, there's a lot more learnings available, and that's one of the good reasons to work with an agency, because they've done more with the product than you will need to do, so they're able to tailor the functionality and features to meet your needs. And there's not kind of a learning curve or a kind of well, let's go ask impact radius and find out,
So, Todd, how many platforms for marketing are available?
Well, I mean, probably hundreds of different products, but most companies are using, I think we did a survey, and I think it was 9 technology products. And, there's lots of products out there that do one thing, like a tag management product or a bid management product or, analytics. And there's some products that have multiple functions, and there's pros and cons to that. So, it really depends on, what you're trying to do. I'm kind of of the philosophy you ideally want to use the least amount of products to get the most things done, because when you introduce new technologies to existing ones, it creates a complexity where they may not play nice together. And it's very common to have one vendor saying, well, it's not our product, it's this other product you're using. And then you call that vendor and they go, that's not our problem. That's not what, it's the other vendor that's, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I laugh because that's happened to us. I don't know how many times where we, it's always the other guy's product. And it's easy to say that because I want you to keep paying for my technology product. So if you don't have an integrated suite of services or an integrated suite of software, it's common that you just get in this gridlock because one technology trumps the other or doesn't work with the other or something.
Yeah, or maybe even just you can't use all the features of product A because you've got to rely on some of the functionality of product B. And so you kind of end up not being able to use a product that you bought, product A, the way you intended to use it because of something in another product. So it's just like I said, it's more complexity.
And let's just be honest, marketers have a certain degree of self-diagnosed ADD, and I honestly can't remember all the different types of technology I need to log into. There's stuff to manage my social media, there's going to be stuff to manage my website and my website files and my Dropbox and my Evernotes and that's just to manage my company, right? But then I'm talking about marketing technology. Now I've got to log into, the Google Analytics or some sort of tag manager and some sort of affiliate software and some sort of attribution software. When we looked 4 years ago at SmarterChaos, we said, wouldn't it be nice if there was a dashboard where we could just do pretty much everything that our marketing clients need? And that's when we went on the hunt, Kimberly. We went deep trying to find that product. And that's pretty much where we hooked up with Todd and Impact Radius.
So what I'm hearing is that there's a lot of different tools you need, but having them be able to integrate with one another is important.
Yeah, there's no guarantee. That's the thing. Because of, two companies building their own products, they don't usually take into consideration how their client's going to use both, right? They just build their product, and, if enough of their clients use the same other product, they may go out of their way to make it integrate better. But, it's always, like I said, the challenge whenever you start mixing and matching. And it's not even that they play nice together. Then you suddenly have disparate data sets, right? So you're getting a bunch of data from product A and a bunch of data from product B, and then you have somebody in the middle going, I can't get these numbers to match, or which ones should I believe, or we don't get that fact that in B, but we get it in A, So it creates more work. You end up having analysts that are trying to combine data and things. So there's a lot of complexities, the more things you put in the mix. So again, my philosophy is always try to get the most out of the fewest number of vendors, products.
Okay, that's some really great background. We've got to dive into some tips here in just a few moments. But first, we're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back with Matt Frary from SmarterChaos and Todd Crawford from Impact Radius.
More Chaos Makes Sense after this.
Impact Radius is revolutionizing the performance marketing industry with its solutions for advertisers and agencies. Founded by industry veterans in 2008, the company is fundamentally changing the performance marketing landscape. Go to impactradius.com today to learn more about their industry-leading solutions, including tag management, media management, affiliate tracking, mobile app tracking, and more.
Affiliates make more money from your audience promoting Mtelligence. Mtelligence provides small businesses with the tools to engage, encourage, and measure customer satisfaction in real time with custom mobile surveys, rewarding participation with mobile coupons, while simultaneously building opt-in, SMS, and email marketing solutions. Take advantage as an affiliate by promoting the Mtelligence free trial offer and earn up to $20 per transaction. Join our affiliate program at mtelligence.co.
Nothing, yes, nothing that a brand or advertiser says about their product is nearly as influential as what is shared online by women. She Is Media is a unique and one-of-a-kind community designed to embrace women bloggers and their ability to share their story and drive the moment of intent. Join the Sisterhood of Sharing at sheismedia.com and make money recommending products and services that matter to you. Join sheismedia.com.
It's time now for more Chaos Makes Sense.
And I'm back with Matt Frary and Todd Crawford. So, Todd, we talked about tips earlier on. What are the top tips to optimize your marketing using technology?
I think one is, obviously it's hard sometimes to even take the time out of your day to figure out there's maybe three choices. Who should I pick? And having peers and people that you respect or that you do business with or done business with to kind of get their feedback can really cut a lot of corners, because anybody who's selling you their product is going to think it's the best, right?
Sure.
If you ask me what product you should use, I got one idea, right? So it's probably best to try to talk with people that maybe they haven't even used it, but they've heard good things about it too, and that kind of reinforces kind of what you're feeling. So that's probably the biggest challenge, is just being able to fully vet a product, to take time out of your marketing efforts to actually figure out what technology vendor you should be working with.
So
yeah, I think that's a really good point. It's almost like don't believe the marketing hype of the marketing technology companies, because if you walk down the middle of ad tech, for example, in San Francisco, or you went to an affiliate summit or any other technology conference, everybody's the best. They have the best tracking. They all have the best reliability, uptime, reporting, and so on. But really, when we dove into what the best technology would be to use, it really was just who's using the platform. Are they a notable brand? Is it somebody that I look up to in terms of who does great marketing? And what are they saying about the platform? How do they use it? What instance are they using it? And, you'll find, I'll say this for Todd, but there's huge clients on Impact Radius, for example. And if you ask any of the agencies that use it, they all seem very pleased. So, whether it's Impact Radius or any other technology platform, don't just buy into the hype. Check with your peers.
Well, the other thing too is, you can kind of read how they sell their product. I think I like to sell based on uncovering the client's needs. So I could tell you all the cool things that our product does. They might not be anything you need. So why would you buy it? So it's really important for me as the vendor to understand, what do you want to do with your business? What are you trying to do for your clients or for your business? And then come back to you and say, well, here's how Impact Radius can help. Here's what we can do to help you there. That, to me, is the kind of sales process you should look for, as opposed to me just telling you, here's all the great things we do, and here's all the great clients that use it, and you should use it too. That certainly goes a long ways. But, I think sometimes just the sophistication or the angle of the sales approach says a lot about the company as well.
What's another tip? So we talked about referrals and kind of vetting out a product. What are some of the good ideas?
Well, I think, getting to your needs, most people in the marketing space, data is the output of the product that they're utilizing, whether it's a paid search tool or a social media measurement tool. The output of the data is what's key. And so what I find is that a lot of people, they get a product, whether they're logged into an affiliate network or their bid management software, they're just running like whatever the reports are at the top. Those must be the most important, or the bolded or the featured or whatever the standard reports. And then they're trying to figure out the answers. And I think it's really important to know internally, these are our KPIs that our clients hold us to. These are our tools. These are the metrics we want. And to really have your needs identified, and then look for a system that can deliver those the way that you need them delivered, whether it's in a web-based interface, email, APIs, or all of those. You really need to have a system that will work for you and that you feel is easy for you to navigate and use as well. So I think really understanding what you want from the product, like what's the data especially, is really key, because there's a lot of good products out there. They might be giving you 34% of the data that's available. I think Google Analytics is quite narrow in a lot of the data that they are willing to expose, because they just have certain corporate policies, like they don't expose in Google Analytics IP address, I think, because of privacy. So you lose some of the depth of the data. So you want to make sure you're able to get it.
Yeah, and I think it's really interesting point, because we will show, for example, a client a demo of a software, and they will really key into the reports we're showing them if we show them reports. And we found out, let's not show them reports, because that's what they're going to key into, what they think the software can do, when really there's, if you've chosen the right software, there should be some customizable reports. There should be mixes and matches of goals or tracking elements or beacons or whatever it is that you need to place out there. But it really comes back to your first comment about solution selling, and making sure that the company isn't a one-size-fits-all, and that the technology can be fit to output the data in the way that you need it.
We've got time to kind of dive into one more important aspect of this. You have another tip for us?
Well, why don't you jump on one of these, and I'll back you up, Matt. What do you?
Yeah,
we got one
absolutely.
more. What do you want to touch on?
I think a big topic today is fraud mitigation, and that's a really broad topic. But I think that you have to believe that you can believe in the data, right? And with there being reports in fraud, in CPM advertising, in click fraud, in possibly in Google, dare I say, there being fraud in affiliate and CPA, it really is enough to turn a marketer's stomach, because nobody wants to waste their own money or their company's money. And so, I really like to dive into marketing technology and the level of fraud transparency, as well as the level of fraud mitigation, reporting, all the different tools that are accessible to me in these marketing tools, to get down to, is this a real person that I've marketed to? Was this a real click? Was this a real view? Was this a real sale? Was it a real lead or a download or an install? And so a lot of tools will track, but they won't tell you necessarily how they tracked it. And I know that a lot of marketing tools, if you dive under the hood a little bit, you should be able to see things like IP addresses, or do you see repeated IDs? Or was the click too robotic looking? Was there manipulation in the header? Was the country of origin manipulated in some way? Or, there's a lot of different techniques that we can see as marketers, but only if the tool allows us to do that. Now, you marry that level of reporting we talked about with the flexibility of the system and some level of fraud mitigation, you have an extremely powerful tool to market.
Just jumping in there, obviously quality is always a big concern and objective of marketers, right? And it's just massive. Nobody wants to spend their own money on something that they don't value. And So a big piece of the data that you have access to is to be able to, what I say is, look at more than one view of the data. And that's where I kind of always imagine data in the shape of a cube as opposed to kind of just a two-dimensional square, and that you can look at the same data from different angles. And that's often very telling, and Matt was kind of alluding to that, where you can kind of peel away this data and dig into it to really make sure you're getting what you're paying for. And what that helps you do is not only just to turn off or eliminate the problems, but to really leverage the larger opportunities, because there's other things that you value. You may be getting leads or traffic, and it's all good, but some is better. And so you want to isolate the best and figure out where can I get more of the best. So it kind of goes both ways.
Some really great insight. We're going to take another quick break, and then we'll be back with Matt and Todd. It's time now for Chaos Makes Sense. And I'm back with Matt and Todd. Todd, as always, we want to kind of wrap things up by looking at the future. What is getting you excited in the mornings in terms of new technology coming down the pipe?
Well, being in a technology company, I'm always excited about the next few sprints that, we've already identified that we're going to build and they're working on. And a lot of times you get to see the mock-ups and also hear the client feedback on what we've shown to get kind of final specs. And I'm excited about a couple things. We're going to be in further enhancing our promo code capabilities. I'm not going to get into the specifics around that, but we've been really focused on helping advertisers control and manage promo codes across all channels, and in particular in affiliate. So we're enhancing that. We're going to have a new advertiser homepage coming out that's more widget-based. So the advertiser will be able to configure and add and remove and place widgets with data and information that they find valuable right within right when they log in. So that'll be pretty cool coming out. And there's also the capability to set goals for the campaigns or programs that they're managing, and then it'll keep track of where they are based on where they're trending and stuff. So it's really designed to help people, I guess, not have to look at the Post-it note to the side of their monitor to keep track of certain things. They try to contain it all in the platform and give them, access to all the information that they need right when they log in. So I'm excited about that.
Excellent. Well, it's been a pleasure talking with both Matt and Todd this episode. And I want to let you know that if you'd like to get in touch with Matt, you can find him and his team at SmarterChaos.com, or you can get Matt directly at Chief of Chaos on Twitter. You can also reach out to Todd via email, todd@impactradius.com, or on Twitter @impactradius. That's it for us today, but you can follow us on Twitter as well at SmarterChaos, or you can join us on Facebook at facebook.com/SmarterChaos. Matt and Todd, thanks so much.
Thank you.
Thanks for listening. At Smarter Chaos Online Performance Marketing, we do it all. We create order from chaos, and we will drive your sales. Contact us today at SmarterChaos.com. That's www.SmarterChaos.com.